Stepney, based on the railway series by Reverend W. Awdry. This is a story about Stepney, the bluebell engine. One day I sent him to work with Mavis and Toby at the quarry. I told him to leave there before it got dark, but he didn't listen to me. Stepney usually worked with his friend Rusty, but one day the Fat Controller said, "I hear you could do a change of scene, so I want you to help Toby and Mavis at the quarry." "Thank you, sir," Stepney said. "I shall be away. Shall I be away for long?" "Just today," said the Fat Controller, "and make sure you leave the quarry before it gets dark. It's very easy to get lost there." Stepney soon arrived at the quarry. Toby and Mavis were waiting for him. "We're glad you're here to help," said Toby. "We have a lot of work to do." "Are those my tracks?" said Stepney. "Some of them," said Mavis. "There are lots more waiting in the sidelines." "The more the merrier," said Stepney happily. Stepney really enjoyed working with Mavis and Toby. Later that day, the quarry's foreman spoke to Stepney's driver. "Do you want to take a night special to the building site on the new line?" he asked. "Yes, please," said Stepney's driver. He had forgotten the Fat Controller's warning about how easy it is to get lost up there in the dark, though. Soon night came. "Be careful, Stepney," said Toby. "It gets very dark on the hillside tracks." "I will," said Stepney. "Thank you for a lovely day. I do hope I can come back soon." "Watch out," said Mavis. "The line can be rather spooky at night." "Thanks for the warning," said Stepney as he puffed away. Stepney made the delivery. Once everything had been unloaded, he set off for home. That was when the trouble began. It was very foggy, and Stepney could hardly see where he was going. Mavis was right, he said nervously. "Suddenly everything does look rather spooky." "There's a signal box ahead," said the driver. "The signal box is turned to green, so someone must be expecting us." But the points had been actually set in the wrong direction. Stepney and his driver didn't realise that, so they carried on down the wrong track. After a while they realised they didn't know where they were. "We're lost," said Stepney's driver. "I think we should wait here until the fog clears." Suddenly they heard a noise. "What's that?" said Stepney nervously. As the fog cleared, they realised they were in a scrapyard. Stepney's driver and fireman went to find the foreman. Two diesels approached Stepney. "We'll make you scrap, Stepney," they said. "Help!" cried Stepney, but no one heard him. The diesels took Stepney to a smelting shed. "Goodbye, Stepney," they said. Stepney looked up nervously. There was a huge grabber moving down towards him. "But I'm not meant to be scrapped," he cried. "It's too late now," said the diesels. But just as the machine was about to grab him, it suddenly stopped. The Fat Controller had turned it off. He had been saved. "Oh, thank you, sir," said Stepney gratefully. "You are very lucky that I decided to visit the yard tonight," said the Fat Controller sternly. "I can't always be around to save you, Stepney. You have to be more careful." Stepney promised to listen to warnings from them from now on. Stepney's driver was in trouble too. He had agreed to do the night job without asking the Fat Controller. He was very sorry for the trouble he had caused. He promised he could always ask the Fat Controller in the future before taking on any other jobs. "I have learned something useful from this," said Stepney. "What's that?" said the Fat Controller. "I've learned that there's no place like home," Stepney said. "That's very true," said the Fat Controller, "and that's where you are going now." When Stepney got back to the station, he told Rusty all about his scary time on the foggy hillside and his near miss at the scrapyard. Even though it had been exciting to work somewhere different for a while, Stepney realised he was happiest working on the Fat Controller's railway with his good friend Rusty.